Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Jay's Beer Review. It's a very, very special episode for numerous reasons, and one of them is sitting right next to me. Obviously, I have Alex joining me once again.
Hello, gang.
And basically, the reason why it's special is, adding on to that is, well, we're in Cape Cod, visiting your condominium.
Yep.
And right behind us is a golf course. What is that, hole 7 right behind us?
Yeah, that's seventh fairway right there.
7th fairway. So we have to watch just in case someone slices really bad and duck our heads. Another part of the reason why it's a special beer review is because I just passed 100,000 views on all my videos.
It's fantastic.
I mean, 2 years ago when I first started this, I never thought in a million years I'd ever even have 100 hits. And now I'm looking at 100,000 hits.
Congratulations. So how are we going to celebrate this?
Well, we're going to celebrate this in a big way because I have like a bunch of different beers that I'm constantly on the prowl to try to get that I can't get. And I had a gentleman send me which is regularly considered one of the top 5 beers in the world. And currently right now in Rate Beer, it's rated number 2. And it is none other than Cigar City's Hunahpu Imperial Stout. And the reason why this is special is because they only brew it once a year, and you can only buy it on one day, where you have to stand in line with a ticket and hope that you're one of the lucky few that gets this.
Very exciting.
So before we break into it, I want to first off thank the gentleman who sent this to me. And he actually said, when you review it, can you please do some sort of dual review, because I would love to see the reaction of you and a friend's face. So this is really all on him.
Excellent. All right, let's do him proud.
The Hunahpu Imperial Stout is 11.5% alcohol by volume, and Cigar City Brewing is a brewery out of Tampa, Florida. And this is the 2011 version. You can age this, but obviously with one bottle, 1 month was about as long as I could wait. So with that said, we're gonna break into it and give it a try. All right, before we go on, the Hunahpu Imperial Stout is a stout aged in Peruvian cocoa nibs, ancho and pasilla chilies, cinnamon and Madagascar vanilla beans.
All right.
Just to give an example. So first, let's talk about body. Why don't you go ahead and describe the body?
I'm not seeing any daylight through this thing. This is totally black. There's a nice rich coffee-colored head on top. You definitely smell some alcohol in here.
Yeah.
And also, you can definitely get a little hint of that chili and a little bit of the chocolate coming through that too.
Yeah, what was surprising to me when I took the nose on it is you can smell the chili.
Yeah.
You know, that was the surprise. So, well, let's try this and give it a taste.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow.
It's different.
A couple things. The bitterness is pretty high.
Yeah.
If you aren't used to bitter beers, you're going to have to watch that. But after that bitterness came through, I got 3 different flavors at one time.
You know, that bitterness is even less beer and more chocolate bitterness. That's almost like a bittersweet chocolate or a really good dark chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a hoppy bitter out of that. I'm getting a real chocolate bitter out of this.
Absolutely. For me, the things I noticed, first of all, the vanilla. I can taste that.
Yep.
I also taste that cinnamon.
Yep.
And the chili comes through in the end.
Yeah, that sits on the back of your palate.
Yeah.
That's sitting on my tongue right now. That's pretty good, actually. It's there's zero carbonation in this. This is pretty thick and rich.
I love like that combination between the cinnamon and the vanilla. That's a really great flavor.
This is good. This almost has like a Mexican hot chocolate thing going on.
Good call on that.
I don't know that I could drink much more than what I got in my glass right now. I think even this is going to be
a butt kicker.
It's a heavy one. It's good. I don't dislike it, but this is one you're going to have to work at.
Well, I for one have to say I'm totally in love with this. Yes, it is not something you're going to drink every day, but I do really love everything that I'm tasting for sure.
What do you think? Would you always serve this cold?
I bet you it would get better as it warms. I did take it out of the fridge about 15 minutes ago, and I'm hoping as it warms, because we do have like about a half a bottle left still, that those flavors will really come out. And we have other people that also want to try it.
This is cold in my glass, but it's not cold in my mouth at all. So it's I think the flavors are just going to stand out more and more at room temperature out of this one.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and drink some more of this, enjoy it, and get back to you in a few moments. All right, well, we're back, and we both have just a little bit of beer here left. And I think we had different views on what we thought about this beer.
Yeah, I'm not sold. It's to me, it's interesting. It's incredibly well made. I'll give it that. It's not a beer to me. It's something different, not necessarily something bad or anything like that. But to me, it's not what I think of as beer. But I do think it's. For every sip you take, you taste something different. As your palate starts to settle down and your mouth gets coated a little bit, you start to taste something a little different. The chili comes out a little bit more. You start to get the chocolate, or even a little bit of citrus somehow starts coming through at one point. It's an interesting one. I could see this being served alongside of a dessert, or a chocolate cake, or a tiramisu, or something that's got some kind of comparable notes of coffee and chocolate and stuff to kind of bring this one out a little bit more. I think this is almost more of a dessert cordial than a beer at some level.
And my perspective is, it has all those attributes as you said. I mean, I really love the complexity of being able to taste the cinnamon and the vanilla combined, but this is also right up my alley. I love Imperial Stouts, and I love big, thick, rich beers like this, and that's exactly what it is. So it may be a matter of whether it's your cup of tea or not.
Sure.
For you, not your cup of tea. For me, right up my alley, but nevertheless, you can definitely appreciate the craftsmanship that's going on here.
Absolutely. Definitely a well-made product, but not for every drinker.
Yeah, so with that said, we are going to give our final chug and final thoughts and grade, and it may be interesting to see exactly what that is, so let's do it. All right, for final thoughts and grade, for me, yes, it's big. Yes, you have to be a craft beer enthusiast, and you have to like rich, intense Imperial Stouts. But if you do, you're going to think to yourself, you may have just had the best beer in your life. And that's exactly what I am. I love Imperial Stouts. I love big beers. I love chocolatey beers. And I think that this may be possibly one of the best beers I ever had. And I would love to get another bottle of this and age it and see what it does with age. So for me, it's easy. I'm going to give this beer a grade of a top notch. What about you? What would you say?
I'm gonna give this one an incomplete as far as I'm concerned. I think the more I think about it, the more this product is fantastic, but it needs a companion. And I'd love to hear from the brewer themselves even what they would pair this with, what brings this beer out, and what really makes all those notes sing and makes it really come to full circle as a flavor. Because there's something special about this, but it's not quite for me.
Yeah, and that's fair, right? And I appreciate, I love stuff like this because that's what's so great about beers. Everybody has unique tastes. So at least you do appreciate the craftsmanship because it's obviously, with all these different ingredients going on, they obviously take their time to make it.
Absolutely. They built some nice layers of stuff into that, and it's an interesting one, and I'm as excited as you were about it. I'm glad you liked it as much as you did.
Yeah, so anyway, with that said, that was the 2011 Cigar City Brewing Hunahpu Imperial Stout. And Alex, I want to thank you for being on my show.
Thank you for sharing.
I want to thank you for having us at your condo in the Cape.
Yep, absolutely.
And I look forward to just spending the rest of the weekend with you and future beer reviews.
Let's do it. All right.
So, till next time, thanks for watching. Cheers.